What's up, beloved? It's me, Sunshine Day. What a joy and honor it is to greet you on this beloved Monday morning. What are you up to? What's going on? How was your weekend? What's going on in the world? What's going on in your life? I want to know. Welcome to another episode. Good morning, Chinsia. So glad to have you with us this morning. I uh I want to welcome you to a spiritual remedy. A spiritual remedy is a show that is designed to support and uplift you. It is designed to find those spiritual remedies to our everyday problems, to our everyday situations, and for us to know that there is a spiritual remedy. I particularly work with people in recovery, those who are recovering from the weapons of mass distraction. So if you are distracted by drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, social media, cell phones, if you're distracted by stress, anxiety, fear, depression, this is the show for you. And I would love for you to consider me as your spiritual living coach. Um, I am here to provide loving support and spiritual tools for your personal transformation. And today's topic is courage to change things I can. Courage to change things I can. And I want you to tell me, what you've had the courage to change. What in your life have you had the courage to change? Now, here in the US, we have a national anthem, and at the end of the national anthem, and it says, "In the home of the brave." Now, I know a lot of brave people. The question is, are you a courageous person? Now, here's the deal. Bravery or being brave is different than having courage. So, brave and courage, sometimes we use them synonymously, but they actually have a slightly different meaning. So, brave means no fear, not having any fear whatsoever and doing the darn thing. Just, I'm not afraid and I'm going to do it. Courage is feeling the fear. Check that out. Courage is knowing that the fear is present. I am afraid to do this. Hey, Michelle, it's good to have you with me this morning and have you with us this morning. Welcome to a spiritual remedy. So, courage is facing the fear, knowing that there is fear, recognizing its presence, and going through it anyway. So, it's different than brave. Brave is no fear, just do it. Courage is in the face of fear, doing it anyway. So take a breath with that right now, with me especially. Mm. And notice what's happening in your body. Notice if there is any jittering, sweating, tension. Ah, just notice what's happening in your body sensations in this moment when we're talking about courage and fear and the courage to change the things we can. Also, notice what the thoughts are. What are your thoughts right now? Are you bashing yourself? Are you saying, hey, I don't have courage, or I'm not brave, or maybe I have courage? What is the nature and what are the qualities of your thoughts right now? Now, the reason I like to pause and do that is to be fully present. One of the things about life and enjoying life is to be fully present. Now, I gotta tell you, I've I've been back like 2 weeks from a trip of a lifetime. I am in a new place, um, and figuratively and literally. We just moved yesterday and unpacked. It's been a whirlwind of just life in session, and being fully present takes noticing what's happening in the body sensations, noticing the mind chatter. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Um, and then noticing what I tell myself about these situations. So here's the deal, is that many people want to travel. A lot of people fear to travel. A lot of people want to move their life circumstances, situations. Some people want to get sober, but they don't know how. Some people want to stop gambling or stop, sleeping around with folks and having multiple sex partners. Some people want to stop overeating or undereating. Some people want to stop smoking. Do you possess the courage? Now, I tend to think that each and every one of us has that courage. The matter is do you want to exercise that courage? That in the face of fear, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to stop this. I'm afraid to start this. I'm afraid to do this. That in the face of fear, you do it anyway. Now, here's one thing I know. Michelle, if you're still with me here, I know that recently for your birthday, you went skydiving. Now, were you fearless? In other words, were you brave, or did you exercise courage? Now, there's something exhilarating, something extreme. And I'm not suggesting that everybody go jump out of a plane, but if it is something that you want to do, if it's on your bucket list, you know, did you feel the fear? Do you feel fear and go through it anyway? And what is that like for you on the backside of that? Good morning, sunny day. So glad you're with us today, too. What is that like? Facing the fear and going through it anyway. You know, a lot of times people wait around and they think that they're being criticized, or they don't know what their friends are going to say or whatever. Do you face your fear? Now, courage is the power or the quality of dealing with or facing danger, facing fear, facing pain, and going through it anyway, irrespective of the results. Irrespective of the results. The results can be favorable to you, or the results may not be as favorable. However, when we exercise the fear, we fail. When we exercise courage, it's still a success, even if on the backside of that equation, we don't get what we want, right? So, October 6th, 3 days from now, I'm going to be doing a 4-week course called Living the Serenity Prayer. And part of the Serenity Prayer is courage to change the things I can, right? That's an important part of courage. What are the things that I can change? What are the things that I think I can change? Because maybe I can't ultimately change them, but maybe I think I can change them and I can give it a try. But in this 4-week course of Living the Serenity Prayer, we're going to break down the Serenity Prayer. Now, thousands and thousands and thousands of people use the Serenity Prayer. And it has been a prayer that's been used in 12-step programs. It's a prayer that's been used by thousands and thousands of people. It's a prayer that people use and recite when they're in a jam. But when we take it apart, when we dissect it, when we take it piece by piece, word by word, phrase by phrase, and begin to recognize the power of the serenity prayer and watch it change our lives. I mean, first of all, it's a prayer, meaning it is a state of consciousness, a state of being. We're going to take a look at how prayer is not necessarily what you grew up with, but have a whole different mindset as to what prayer is. If you want to sign up for the class, it's $100. And as a matter of fact, if you get 5 people together, it's $400 for the group. So it ends up being like $75 a piece for a 4-week session with me. 90 minutes breaking down the serenity prayer, making sure that you get it and understand it to such a way that your life is forever changed. So go to my website, Vida SLC, which stands for Vida Spiritual Living Center, vidaslc.org. And there you'll be able to sign up for the course. So back to courage to change. Do you have the courage to change? Now, I'll tell you something. Last week I was sick. Last week I couldn't stop coughing. And I was so afraid and worried that if I did not stay on and do my show, that I was going to, like I made up all these things in my head. I made up all these, if this happens, this happens, and da 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 da. And at some point during the show, I just had to pause and go, you know what? I'm going to practice some self-care. I love you. And boom, I'm going to go and get some rest. And I did. And I'm so glad I did. That was displaying the courage to change. I love what you're saying, Cynthia. Cynthia said, this is the best class I've attended, but I'll be there again. So yeah, Cynthia was in a group of mine, a class of mine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She was in a group, and we actually did it in 6 weeks, and we realized that we can actually do it in 4 weeks with a little bit longer time. And have it be a little more concise, but really drop in a deeper. But that courage to change the things we can is so, so important, because we cannot let fear paralyze us. I know in the book Alcoholics Anonymous, there's a phrase in there that says that fear should be classified with stealing. Now imagine that stealing, why should fear be classified with stealing? Good morning, Natalie. So good to have you with me today. Why is it that fear is classified with stealing? Do any of you have a guess? Fear is classified with stealing because it robs us of our opportunities. So if you're attracted to someone and you want to go up and talk to that particular person, but you are fearful, you have just been robbed from an opportunity of making a connection. If you want to get sober, but you don't know what to do and you don't want to call out and reach out to anybody, you've just been robbed of a sober life, of an amazing life. If you want to go out for a particular job or change your careers or change your living situations or go on vacation or anything whatsoever, in the face of fear is that opportunity for that fear to rob you from an experience in your life. What I want to know is, What has fear robbed you from? What has, the fear, you giving into fear, what has it taken away from you? What opportunities have you lost? I know for me, the opportunities that have been lost were jobs, relationships, friendships. Here's the other thing too, is it might not even have to be somebody that you don't like. I mean, somebody that you like that you're trying to approach, right? Thank you. I know Natalie's agreeing with me. She's like, right? It's also when you want to tell somebody, I don't like that, or please don't do that again. Or I know this has been the experience of many of my clients that I've talked with, especially my women clients, female clients, who have not put a stop to behaviors from other people, because they're afraid they're going to hurt somebody's feeling. Fear robs you. It's stealing. It's stealing from you your very opportunity to live an authentic life. When something rubs you the wrong way, when you appreciate somebody, if you're not going forward because of fear, this is a great opportunity to begin to tap in to that courage that is right within you. It is right where you are. It is right where you are. So I want to invite you one more time, not only to my 4-week course that starts on the 6th, but I want to invite you to send me a text message, to go ahead and give me a call. I would love to do a session with you. I would love to invite you to explore your courage and be your spiritual living coach. Here's the other thing that I'm inviting you to. I think we're almost on finishing our second month of our gratitude list. I put out an invitation to everyone to send me their daily gratitude list, because what I believe is that to the degree in which we're grateful and we're in touch with that gratitude, that our life begins to change for the better. And so I send you my gratitude list, and you send me your gratitude list, and together we're just interacting via text. Do that by sending me a text or giving me a call at 562-928-6460. Leave me a detailed message. I'll get back with you. Send me the text of your gratitude list. I will send you my gratitude list, and together we can make a substantial difference in our life, where we're living for the better, where we're living from this God consciousness, where we're putting in place some spiritual tools for our personal transformation. So the two spiritual tools we talked about today are courage, that in the face of fear, we go through it anyway, that we speak our truth anyway, that we have a conversation anyway, that we take a step anyway in the face of fear, so that fear is not robbing us from our greatest potential and from living our fullest life. The other spiritual tool that we talked about today briefly is the gratitude list. So I invite you to, again, send me your gratitude list. I invite you again to sign up for my course. And either way, if you do or you don't, you know that I love and adore you. I want to invite you back next Monday, same time, right here on A Spiritual Remedy, where this show is geared for people in recovery who are recovering from the weapons of mass distraction, whether it's stress or fear, anxiety, drugs, alcohol, booze, anything like that. Whatever is distracting you from living your best life, I provide loving support and spiritual tools for your personal transformation. So, until next week, know that you are loved, and I'll see you here next week. Bye for now. Celebrate.